Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm eating fettuccine alfredo that I made from scratch, and it has shrimp in it, and I added a little bit of crushed red pepper, and I have 3 pieces of 5 cheese toast, and then I have some Tyson boneless chicken nuggets buffalo because these sounded good with this. But anyway, this actually looks pretty good, right? Boop. But I'll link the recipe that I used down below. It's another YouTuber. I forget her name, but anyway, I'm going to link her video down below because that's the one I followed. The only thing I changed is that she added nutmeg, and I hate nutmeg, so I don't have that in this. And then I have a side of ranch with my buffalo chicken bites, and I have Dr. Pepper. So yeah, let's get into this. I'm super excited. Look at this. Yummy. This is hands down my favorite Alfredo recipe. I am like, it's like with my macaroni and cheese, I was finding a recipe for the longest time and I couldn't find one that really just like did it for me. But this one is a smash hit. But yeah, this is really good. I don't know. I've been craving Alfredo. And this is fairly inexpensive too. And it's not super difficult to make. Some Alfredo recipes add like egg and stuff, and no. I'm gonna move my little toast over. Oop. I hope everyone's having a good week. October's almost over. And it's almost November, which means it's almost Thanksgiving, and I'm super excited. I just microwaved these, nothing schmancy. I know these are frozen, but they're just so good. Anyway, I'm just like enjoying this right now. I'll talk in a second if you guys want me to. Sometimes I wish this was live so I could ask. This is so good. Wow. Yummy. Sorry, this is messy. I try not to be messy because I don't like those types of videos either, where people have a bunch of stuff on their face. It's not cute. It's not attractive to me at all. So I try my best. But sometimes I can't help it. And these are like small shrimp. Okay, so a lot of you guys wanted to hear me talk about what I said in my last video about how I woke up and I didn't recognize who I was and like what happened. So I thought I would tell you like kind of like a shorter version of the story. I'm gonna leave out some stuff just so it doesn't like go on forever. But basically this happened a couple years ago and I was working at Amazon and it was my first day there. So I was about to do, when you work at Amazon, you work, at least in the warehouse, you have to do pallet training where you have to learn how to use a pallet jack. You have to do basic training like safety, how you like operate and stuff like that. Just so you're safe and you know exactly what to do. And normally training is the first day or two. It depends on what department you're in. And I worked at Amazon. I worked in literally every department. I worked at receiving. I worked at packing / shipping. I worked on the ship dock. And I also worked... This was before Kiva. So I worked there where you had to go up and down the aisles and just put stuff on the shelves. I've done everything. So I just want to let you know before I tell you this, I did take medication that was not prescribed to me, so I'm not condoning that in any way. This is just what happened to me, and after this I didn't take it ever again. But my mom had been taking Zoloft for a while, and I hadn't been on Zoloft yet, so I just wanted to try it and see like how it would affect me. So I took it before first day of Amazon, which was so dumb. And I drank a little bit of coffee. Nothing crazy, no crazy amount of coffee, but I do drink black coffee, so it's gonna give you more caffeine than like if you were to mix it with creamer. And I don't think I had breakfast, okay? So I drank coffee, I took the Zoloft, and I went to my first day of work. This was the second time working there, okay? I had already worked at Amazon before. This is my second time. So I've already done all this training. I know what to do. But you know, you still have to sit through it either way. So we're going through the training, and about maybe 20 to 30 minutes in, I start feeling really weird. Like my heart is racing like super fast, okay? And at first I thought I was like maybe gonna have a panic attack. Like I didn't know what was wrong with me, and I was just like, okay, you're not allowed to bring water in, okay? I didn't have any water on me, and I freak out when I don't have water, okay? This is just something that I've always like it's always been this way. I always have to have water near me. It's weird. I don't understand it. So I thought maybe I was freaking out because I didn't have water. So luckily they have this little thing upstairs where we were training where you can just get a little cup of water and it comes out of the little jug that's tipped upside down. So I grabbed some water and I try to like talk myself down, and it's not going away. My heart is still racing and racing and racing. So I stopped one of the people. Like I didn't want to be that girl that was like calling out in front of the entire class, because I'm not the only one there. There was multiple people there, and I just kind of pull someone aside. I'm like, can I go to the restroom? I'm not feeling too well. And they're like, yeah, go ahead. So I go into the restroom, I splash some water on my face, and it's not stopping. My heart is racing. I feel like I'm gonna pass out. And when I like start panicking, I go full throttle. Like I start thinking of all these things. I'm like, yep, I'm gonna like pass out. Everyone's gonna see me. I'm never gonna be able to work here again. And I just probably heightened my own fear. So I go back to the teacher because there's two people teaching. One, they're obviously working on the pallet jacks right now, so you have to like go around this circle, show them that you know how to use it. So I stop the guy and I say, can I go down to the nurse? Because there's a nurse at Amazon just in case you get hurt. They can take care of you, whatever. So I go down to the nurse and they try to give me ibuprofen and tell me to like, you're going to be okay. And I'm like, no, this is not. I don't feel well. And so I go back upstairs and I tell them, can I go home? And they said, it's your first day. You can't go home. They probably were thinking I was being over dramatic or I was trying to get out of it. But I'm not allowed to go home. I could get fired. But I told them, I feel like I'm going to pass out. Man, this is good. Sorry I'm using a regular fork. I couldn't find my white one. So I know the scraping is annoying, just like bear with me. I luckily ended up being able to use time off, even though I literally just started. I used one day of time off, which I don't get paid or anything, but that was okay. And mind you, I'm still freaking out. Like, I don't feel good. Like, I feel like I'm gonna like throw up and I feel like I'm gonna pass out. And so I get in my car and I start driving home, okay? I get about, here's the warehouse right here. I get about all the way down to the end of the road and I didn't think I could make it. I had to pull over my car and I start bawling. I just like can't catch my breath and I start getting shaky. And so I call my mom and I'm like, Mom, I can't drive home. I don't know what's wrong with me and I feel like I'm gonna pass out and I'm scared and my mom's like, okay, go to your grandma's house because my grandma's house is not too far from the warehouse. So I get to my grandma's house and my mom had already called her. And my grandma's like, what's wrong? And I was like, can I just lay down? I feel weird. And I didn't want to tell my grandma what was happening because I didn't want to freak her out. And so I'm laying on the couch. My grandma comes and brings me crackers because I hadn't ate anything. And so I ate the crackers and then I just started feeling sick. So I like run to her bathroom and I start throwing up. It comes out one way, it comes out the other way, you get me, okay? Not pretty. And so I'm laying down, I have my legs elevated, like above me. Because you know, like, if you feel like you're gonna pass out, always lay down and put your legs above you and have them elevated so the blood goes to your heart. And it helps a lot. That's something that my mom's ex-boyfriend taught me because he was a doctor. So anytime you feel like you're gonna pass out, lay down, elevate your legs. If you're at home, at least. I start feeling better eventually, like after about an hour or two, and I tell my grandma I'm gonna leave and go home because I feel good enough to drive. And my grandma's like, are you sure? And I'm like, yes. Mind you, my grandma had company, so it wasn't just her. She had people over, so I felt like I was a burden. So I left and went home. I get home, my mom's like, "Are you okay?" And I'm like, "Yeah, I just need to lay down." My mom's like, "Okay." So I lay down, I'm feeling okay again, and I end up falling asleep. All my lights are on in my room. Everything is like it was when before I fell asleep, so all my lights were on. I wake up at like maybe 4 or 5 a.m. I'm not sure what time. It's still dark outside. I like jolt up and I'm gasping for air. And this is the scariest thing. I still remember it. It still scares me to death. I'm hoping that this will never ever happen again. And I don't know if it's the result of the Zoloft, me taking it on an empty stomach. I don't know if I had a bad reaction. I still don't know what happened. But I get up out of bed. I'm gasping for air. I'm like, I can barely stand. There's a mirror that used to be on this door. And it used to be just a full-length mirror, and it used to hang on my door. I run to my mirror and I hold onto it and I look at myself in the mirror and I start bawling. I don't recognize who I am. I don't know where I am. And it's like, it's almost something that you can't explain until you actually feel it yourself, because it sounds stupid. You're like, what? That sounds dumb. Whatever. But it felt so real in the moment that I just didn't understand my surroundings. I looked at myself and I looked so ugly and I just didn't understand who I was. And then I snapped out of it and I recognized where I was, and I recognized that I was in my bedroom and that I was okay. So I leave my bedroom, I go to my mom's room, I bang on the door and I start crying. My mom opens up the door and she's like, "What's wrong?" And I tell her, I'm like, I just didn't understand who I was. I didn't know where I was. I couldn't understand, like I couldn't see myself. And I start crying. My mom could probably remember that night. My mom's like, "Everything's okay. You're okay." And I just, after that, it never happened again. Sorry, I'm not eating. Yeah, after that, it never happened again. I never had an instance like that again, but I also never took the Zoloft again. So again, I don't know if it was that or what. If you guys have ever went through something like that, please let me know. A couple of you guys were saying it might be, it starts with a D, depersonalization, I think. I don't know. I read a couple comments about that. So if you guys know, let me know. But I still think about it sometimes and it scares me to like go to sleep. It's kind of like when you have sleep paralysis and you're afraid to go to sleep again because you're almost dreading it. And you would think I've had scarier moments because I've also almost got alcohol poisoning before and I ended up in the hospital from that. I've had a lot of weird things, but I feel like just the thought of me not knowing who I was just scares me like nothing else. I should tell you guys about stories of how I met people on MySpace. Those are interesting. Wow. Man, I love this pasta. I'm definitely going to make this again. I think the cream cheese makes it really good. pasta. Pasta's like the one thing that I think I can eat over and over and over and over and over again and never get sick of it. Yummy. I'm trying not to take as big of bites as I normally do because I need to work on like chewing my food more. Because I heard it's not good for your digestive system to just like swallow a bunch of food. I need to fix my sleep schedule again. Yes, again, for like the 20 bazillion time. I'm filming really late at night. I feel like I'm Wednesday Addams with these braids, but my hair has been not feeling the greatest lately, I guess. It's been raining a lot. So I try not to put a lot of heat on my hair because it's already frizzy. So I just put it in some braids. I wish I had friends that would totally share. I ate like half of it. This is a good combo. Boneless buffalo chicken and Alfredo. Yummy. Anyway, I think I'm done. I'm like super full. But thank you guys so much for watching this video. Thank you for always coming back if you do. If you're new, thank you for subscribing. And yeah, I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.